I'm just wondering if you guys can see me correctly. If you can, thank you for tuning in at Round One Sports Talk. On my feed, I'm paused for some reason, so I just gotta check to see if man, okay. What's up? Come on, man. What? All right. All right. So now that we got that kind of out of the way a little bit, I mean, for the most part, I'm not even seeing myself right now. And that's kind of like, for me anyway, not. But anyway, Ugas got into the ring with Mario Barrios. And this is turning out to be a really good fight. Mario Barrios just knocked him down with a jab. And Ugas seems to be coming back strong in the fight right now. Um, we're going to get into everything right now. Let me just get settled in a little bit. Let me turn this down. Wow, this is turning out to be a really good fight. Mario Barrios really looks like he's filling in the weight pretty good at age 28. Ugas, he got caught. He got caught with a stun. That's what we call in the industry a stun jab, a stiff jab. He caught him coming in a little off balance, and he sat Ugas right down, as you can see. Yeah, Mario Barrios, he actually looks pretty big in this fight against Ugas. I gotta admit, but they're both respecting each other right now. So as this fight's going on, I wanted to get and start to talk to you guys about this Canelo Alvarez fight and what do you guys think and your takes on the fight before the fight starts. That's why I wanted to start at 9:30. Let a few people get into the channel, and then we could really start getting into and start opening up on what's really going on here with this fight. Is Canelo Alvarez that nice of a person? Is he that nice of a man to say, you know what? I'm gonna give you the opportunity to win 8 belts. Or does he know something you might not know? And he really realizes how hard it is to move up in weight. Now, at the same time, you know, Jamel Charlo has been calling him out. He's been all over social media calling out Canelo Alvarez for a long time. Canelo Alvarez finally told him, "You want this fight? You want this smoke? All right, I'll give it to you." Right? So Jamel Charlo didn't have to take this fight. But being so that there's so much at stake, being that there's so much like, you know, the 8 belts, the fact that this can catapult him into legendary status, he couldn't deny the fight. It's not like he could have been like, you know what, I'm gonna pass on the fight too. No, but here's a point that I want to keep in mind for everybody right now, and going into the fight, I would like you to think about this right here. Canelo Alvarez is an active fighter. Canelo Alvarez is coming off a few fights already this past year. He is an active fighter. Okay. Jamel Lineman Charlo is an inactive fighter. He's coming off a long layoff. Not only is he coming off a long layoff, he's moving up 2 weight divisions off one of the longest layoffs he's had in his career. I want you to keep that in mind, you know? So that is something right there that I've been thinking about. And I said to myself, you know what? That's right. He is coming off one of the longest layoffs he's had in quite some time. How's he going to respond coming off the layoff? You know, and as well, uh, being comfortable moving up. Well, if you just joined us right now, I was talking about Canelo Alvarez being an active fighter, and in the past years, he's already had 3 fights. Jamel Charlos is coming off of an inactivity. He's coming with ring rust. He's coming moving up 2 weight divisions, and you're asking a lot from him. You're asking him to seriously, you know, for us to really seriously take it and say, yeah, you got a chance to win this fight. Yo, that's a lot. You know, you've been inactive and you're moving up 2 weight divisions. Canelo Alvarez is not stupid, man. And somebody commented it on one of my videos, one of my subscribers, and he said, "Oh, Canelo Alvarez's management team is not stupid." And you're right, they are not stupid. You know, I think I underestimated them now, because now if you know you really look at the ins and outs of it, um wow, that's a good pick right there. You're getting an inactive fighter, a guy to move up 2 weight divisions and to challenge you, and he's going to get credit for the victory. Mark my words, Canelo Alvarez is getting credit for this victory right here. You know, but it's not someone in his own weight division. So yeah, that's something we're gonna talk about later on when we get more people in here too as well. I would like to really like get your guys' thoughts on that. You know, do you feel confident for Jamel Charlo now? You know, as Jamel Charlo looks um at this fight, you know, coming in. Look, he doesn't have to cut weight. We all know that. When you gain a little bit more weight, you gain more power, you know, but that doesn't always translate to quick reflex muscles, speed. It doesn't translate to that, you know. And I've never seen Jamel Charlo at 168 pounds. So I really don't know. And that's my concern going into the fight. You know, look at there's Bud Crawford right there in attendance. You know, there's a lot of big superstars. Look at that. Julio Cesar Chavez is in attendance into the fight. That is a legendary Mexican Hall of Fame fighter right there, you know, and he knows that tonight is a big night, you know. So, you know, Ugas right now and Mario Barrios are handling their business in the ring. And it looks like to be a really good fight. Ugas, you know, he hasn't fought in a while, but he looks good, and I'm not gonna take away anything from him being dropped in the second round. I'm not gonna read too much into that. I really believe that that was a flash knockdown. He just caught him like bow, you know, because he looks strong. He doesn't look hurt, you know. So Ugas looks like Mario Barrios actually looks pretty strong right now. You know, do you remember that when he was the kid that fought Tank Davis? He was undefeated, and then Tank Davis gave him his first loss. You know, so yeah, yeah. In fact, um, Man, this is really discouraging me right here, people. And I'm afraid to click off of it because if I do, and then, because I can't see myself. But anyway, um, thank you. Snake, what's up, man? Thank you. Yeah, man. I got the setup going. Um, and the mic right now. Uh, but what's bothering me right now, Snake, is that I can't see the freaking picture. It froze on me over here on my end, but it's running because I could see it because I checked it. So maybe who do you pick for the fight? Canelo Alvarez and Jamel Charlo. Well, Snake, listen, like I've been saying this from the beginning. Um, this is going to be another case where Canelo Alvarez brings somebody up and weight bullies. They're going to accuse him of this after the fight. That's what they're going to say. Okay, Jamel Charlo did not have to take this fight. Okay, Jamel Charlo took this fight daring to be great. Now there was a big price that Canelo Alvarez enticed him with the the opportunity of winning 8 belts, you know, and Jamel Charlo couldn't turn that down. And he said, "Yeah, man, yeah, I'll fight you." But what I really believe is going on behind the scenes is that Canelo Alvarez is still avoiding fighting someone in his division right now. Why isn't he fighting David Benavidez, the monster? Why isn't he fighting Demetrius Andre? Why isn't he fighting any of the number one guys in his division right now? Why is he fighting a guy 2 divisions down? Ask the guys in his division right now if they're happy about him fighting Jamel Charlo. Because if you haven't thought about this, Snake, check this out, right, my man? Jamel Charlo stands to lose nothing. If he loses tonight, he doesn't lose his belts, due to the fact that he will be stripped by the WBO, to Tim Tszyu. We'll talk about that in a minute or whatever. But technically, in a boxing standpoint, he's not going to lose any belts to Saul Canelo Alvarez because they're not fighting at 154. And he's already defeated. He already has one loss. So it's not like he's sacrificing his O, right? He doesn't lose anything. He loses the fight, he goes back down to weight where he is the champion. And Saul Canelo Alvarez gets credit for a win and one of the fights in his contract. But he still hasn't fought anybody in his division. Now, as of the fight, my boxing, my boxing IQ tells me that Canelo Alvarez is going to pull off the victory. Yes, my boxing IQ. Now, I have seen some upsets, okay? And I'm going to keep it funky, right? Listen, uh Jamel Charlo is 6 feet tall, 168 pounds at 6 feet. He might be able to pull that off comfortably and still look like the Jamel Charlo at 154. There are people in this world that are that's why we say they have God-given talent. Okay. And that's why we say that they are superior athletes, that these athletes are the elite of the elite athletes. Jamel Charlo has a chance to prove to the world that he's that dude. Tonight, with a performance, beating Canelo Alvarez and spoiling his plans, that shifts the trajectory in boxing because now he is officially, an a 2 division simultaneously 8 belt holder, right? Now, let's think about this. Saul Canelo Alvarez loses. Let's just say that. Is there a rematch? Do you think that there's a rematch in this fight right here? So, if you think there's a rematch, so if Jamel Charlo loses, does he get a rematch? For what? He didn't lose anything. That's why they haven't really disclosed any behind the scenes. Does Canelo Alvarez get a rematch if he loses and he doesn't get one? What's in the contract? Is there no rematch after this? Does he feel that much confident? Like the debacle with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. You do know what's going on with that, right? Where that Terrence Crawford's been telling everyone he will fight Errol Spence Jr. at 154 pounds. But as soon as he went to serve him with the paperwork, right, he realized he doesn't want to fight Errol Spence Jr. again, right? And Errol Spence Jr. said, fight me at 154. Here's the problem with that, Snake, right? In the contract, when they signed it, they signed the fight at 147. They didn't sign the fight at 154. In order to alter or make alterations to a contract, both parties got to be in agreement, right? If Terrence Crawford says, no, you know what? Fight me at 147, right? Errol Spence Jr. says, man, I couldn't beat him at 147. I was deplenished. He pulls out on the rematch. Now Terrence Crawford is free to do whatever he wants, like fight the winner of Saul Canelo Alvarez and Jamel Charlo. He can fight Jamel Charlo at 154. You see? And that's where Terrence Crawford comes back into the picture. But do I believe that Terrence Crawford would jump up 3 weight class, not 2, 3, to fight Saul Canelo Alvarez? No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And Canelo Alvarez is not going to go any further down than 168. So they can't, I don't even think they can meet at catch weight. So I don't see that happening. But I do see Terrence Crawford possibly meeting up with the Charlo twin in the future. Yes. But as far as the fight, if the fight goes exactly according to plan, Canelo Alvarez should successfully defend his titles tonight. And I believe the way it's going to go, it's going to be a little bit similar to the Caleb Plant fight, where that Caleb Plant looked good in the opening rounds. Caleb Plant, the first, if you remember the fight, think back. Caleb Plant going into the 5th round, I had him winning that fight. I had Caleb Plant winning the fight going into the 5th round against Canelo Alvarez. But what happened? Canelo Alvarez's relentless pressure and forward pressure caught up to Caleb Plant. And Canelo Alvarez knew that. See, Canelo Alvarez wasn't playing the long game. He wasn't saying, I'm going to beat you on points that night. No, he wasn't going to the scorecard. What he was going to do was he was going to let Caleb Plant shoot his load, apply that forward Mexican pressure, right? That Mexican fighters are durable. And one thing to keep in mind, right? Canelo Alvarez has never been knocked down. A lot of people say Floyd Mayweather beat him. Triple G actually beat him. Bivol beat him. But wait a minute. Did you ever ask yourself, none of these guys knocked him out? None. He went 12 rounds with all of them. He has an iron chin. So now you're asking Jamel Charlo, right? You're asking Jamel Charlo to do a lot here, right? Jamel Charlo's coming into this fight an inactive fighter, meaning he's been out for what, 18 months now, leading into this fight? An inactive fighter. Saul Canelo Alvarez is an active fighter. He's coming off his last 3 fights, right? And then you want him to jump up 2 weight classes with inactivity. What do you think's going to happen? I mean, look, why we're tuning into this fight, why we want to watch this fight, we want to see the underdog try to pull this off. The what if got you tuned in. What if the American Jamel Charlo can pull this off against arguably the biggest draw and boxing's face, the Mexican champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez? Because let's keep it in mind and let's not remember, right, that sometimes when we view sports, You know, we really don't think about this. But when we're viewing, let's say the Celtics play the Lakers, that's USA playing against USA. But in boxing, it's like the Olympics. This is America versus Mexico, and we are competing on a world stage for world championships. Yes, we are. And I would like the our champions, the American champions, to be the first two-time simultaneously champion of the world. And Jamel Charlo has my support, and he has a chance to make history tonight. You know, it's going to be an uphill battle. I got to admit, it's going to be an uphill battle. But now you think about the size factor. I don't think that Jamel Charlo will be depleted. He doesn't have to cut weight, he has to gain weight. That's a plus. I think he'll be stronger. He has the reach advantage. How long can he stay sharp? How long will because at 154 he's fought there the most of his career. The biggest fights he's had were there, right? So you train your body and you're conditioned to fight at that weight, at that size, you see. So by packing on this weight, you feel a little sluggish, but there are men and women and exceptional elite athletes that have no problem making the transition. There have been numerous fighters that have moved up in weight. Roy Jones, for instance. Roy Jones moved up and became a heavyweight champion, if you remember correctly. You know, and he beat what was his name? Ruiz, something like that, right? What was John Ruiz? Was it? I think I'm not sure if I got his name right, but Roy Jones moved up to heavyweight, and he won a title. So there are elite athletes that can pull this off. I'm not counting Jamel Charlo out tonight. I know that he has a big hill because, if we were looking at this at Jamel Charlo coming in right now, for example, fighting Tim Tszyu, right, at 154 pounds, he would be going into the Tim Tszyu fight, and the analysts all over ESPN would be saying that he's coming off an extensive layoff, that ring rust to see if ring rust would be a factor. If he was fighting Tim Tszyu tonight, the analysts broadcasting that fight, they would be talking about his inactivity, right? All of a sudden, he agrees to fight Canelo Alvarez. All they talk about, he's a 4-division world champion. He's stepping up to be great. They don't want you to remember that while you put your money on a bet, while you wish for the stars, and while we're all going like this, because this is going to a lot tough. Going up one weight division was going to be tough for him with this inactivity. Going to where he's never fought guys this size at all. You see? So tonight we're about to find that out. These gentlemen right here are in the ring slugging it out, and they're in the 9th round. Ugas and Mario Barrio. And they are not disappointing. As I've been talking to you guys, I've been checking out the action, and I think Mario Barrios might be up in this fight. I got him up on the scorecard. Snake, $10. Keep it up, bro. Thank you, Snake. Thank you for your donation, Snake. Snake, my man. Listen, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for tuning in, and let's watch this fight together. And yeah, thank you, Snake, for the donation. My man, he's always looking out. That's my man right there. Listen, Mario Barrios is looking really good right now. He's filled in pretty good at 28 years old. Out of sight, out of mind. I haven't seen him in a little while. He did have a fight where he had another interim little fight there, but Ugas, there goes that eye. I knew it. I was just going to say it. There goes that eye. That Errol Spence Jr. eye. Errol Spence Jr. did that to him. And that's what I mean about boxing. If we want to just stop for a minute right here and just get a little for about 30 seconds, a little serious. All these boxers make all this kind of money, but if you ask me at the end of the day, it's really not worth it. And I've said this before in videos. Sometimes it's not worth being 50 years old and not recognizing your own kids. It's not worth being 60 years old and being depends diapers and stuff, like, your mind going. And sometimes when you see these boxers and you see them like as sports analytics and stuff, those are the pretty much the men and women that did it the best, that they took the less damage. And they'll show you them, but what they don't show you is the ugliness of the sport, and the part of your soul that you have to give up to be great. And sometimes everybody doesn't have all the evading skills in the world. And unfortunately, look, that fight with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. David Benavidez took a couple years, man. Listen, I smile, man, because I don't want to be like, damn, but that was a beating right there. And they pay these athletes a lot of money, but it's for a reason sometimes, because in the back end, they might have to be taken care of. So look, um, I think right now, like, the way the sport of boxing is going, they take care of the fighters and they put rules. That's why these rules are put in place, like the suspensions after a fight. Sometimes some of these suspensions are questionable, right? Like, I talked about this. Ryan Garcia got 6 months for a body shot. Errol Spence Jr. got cleared to come back to fight with a 2 month suspension after the beating that Terrence Crawford gave him. Just in case you didn't know that, a little tidbit. But these kind of rules are put in place just like when the referee steps in to save you from yourself, because sometimes you're too tough for yourself. And that's why they're trying to help fighters not reach these kind of pinnacles where that they get like massive brain damage and things like that. And they try to protect them from themselves because a lot of them too tough. But back to this fight right here, the action is pretty good with these guys right here, Mario Barrios and Ugas. Look, I thought this was going to be a really good fight, but to tell you the truth, I thought we were going to see the same Ugas with Errol Spence Jr. And as you can see, that eye is giving him problems. Wow. Tell me who you think is winning in this fight right now. If you're watching the Mario Barrios Ugas fight, give me your fight prediction. And as we get in closer into the fight, I want to let you guys know, right? When we watch the Canelo Alvarez fight, as the fight is going on and progressing, I want you guys to give me round by round who you think won the fight. Round by round. And do you think give me a Canelo if you think that was his round? If you think Jamel Charlo won the round, give me Jamel Charlo. Either C or J. If you don't want to spell it out, I'll make it easy. But I want to keep track of the rounds. Okay. And sometimes in the excitement or the heat of the moment, we'll get lost, right? So together, collectively, if it's going real crazy, because it could be a very calculated fight, it could be, or Jamel Charlo can come out gun blazing. That's why it's exciting to the anticipation. What are these guys gonna do? In these kind of fights, I said it. This fight right here is going to bring the best out in Canelo Alvarez. Besides all the politics and the bullshit to the side, we still got to fight, right? And these two men are going to get in the ring and they're going to have to duke it out, right? Canelo Alvarez is tall. Jamel Charlo is tall. That ain't nothing Canelo Alvarez ain't seen before. He's fought tall fighters, you know. So I would like to see what game plan Jamel Charlo and his coach team came up with to utilize and take away Canelo Alvarez's power. What they're going to do when he applies pressure. That's what I want to see. What is he going to do when Canelo Alvarez has that forward pressure? And as you can see, leading up into the fight just yesterday, they filmed Canelo Alvarez cutting off the ring, running drills, cutting off the ring, right? So that goes to show you that, those are things that they were working on in training camp. In fact, his ability not to be able to cut off the ring is what hurt him against Mayweather. And you can go back, I dare you, look at the highlights of the Mayweather and hear the announcers. They were saying Canelo Alvarez is lost cutting the ring with Mayweather. He doesn't know how to cut the ring, you know? So these are things over the course of his career. In fact, 10 years since he fought Mayweather now. So, I've also talked about this, and just to think about the experience level that Canelo Alvarez is bringing to the table. Okay, let's think about this. He has 59 fights. He's 59, 2, and 39, right? He lost that fight to Triple G. Well, we ain't going there. Anyway, 59 fights, right? In order to get to 59 fights, Floyd Mayweather, it took him 20 years to get there. We talked about this, right? Canelo Alvarez, on average, have had to have sparred and trained in gyms all over across the world, different men, at least 2, 3, 400 fights to get him ready and prepared for tonight. That's what he went through. He went through all these fights, Sugar Shane Mosley, Mayweather, you name it, Triple G, he fought them all. All that hard work leads to him right now, right here. It's what he does tonight. He will be judged for what he does tonight. And Canelo Alvarez needs a big win to solidify himself at the top and the face of boxing. Yes, I do believe that. Another lackluster performance? What's that going to do? Tank Davis will take over as the face of boxing. I don't think Terrence Crawford's going to beat Tank Davis in that regard. Terrence Crawford, as far as achievement, Tank Davis is not even close to Terrence Crawford, right? But as far as revenue and money, Tank Davis is he's a big star. He's a big draw. So if Canelo Alvarez loses tonight, I think he loses the throne. And he won't be up there on the pound for pound list with another loss. Okay. He loses all his belts. Okay. He has so much to lose. And that's my case in point. Like, if he has so much to lose, why did he give this guy so much to gain and for him, nothing to lose? Canelo has everything to lose in this fight. Jamel Charlo, all he has to do is go back down to his weight division. He loses nothing. Absolutely nothing. He loses the WBO because he didn't honor his mandatory fight with step aside money Tim Tszyu. Okay? He didn't honor that fight. So he's going to be stripped of the WBO at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. After this fight, shall he be victorious? They'll put the 8 belts, but tomorrow morning, he's going to be stripped of his 154-pound WBO title, Jamel Charlo, tomorrow morning. The paperwork has already been filed, and Tim Tszyu has already been notified. So this is official. They're going to honor the moment, but the fact that he didn't fight Tim Tszyu, and he's deciding to fight Canelo Alvarez, which was a no-brainer if you ask me. You don't turn down a Canelo Alvarez fight. Oh, Ugas is down. Ugas is down. He spit the mouthpiece. His eye is shut. The same eye. Fighters do that. You spit the mouthpiece to try to buy time, because the referee usually got to get it up, pick it up, and clean it off. Now the referees are told to just put it in their mouth, but you can ask for it to be wiped out. Mario Barrios is all over him. He's hitting him with big shots, body shots. Ugas looks a little hurt. He's backing up right now, retreating. Oh, Mario Barrios he's got that eye shut. Time, they call time. Spit the mouthpiece again. Didn't I tell you that's a boxer's trick? He's looking for more time. He is not looking for a way out. He just wants more time to clear his head. He wants the spinning to stop. And his eye is probably bothering him. Yeah, there is no point to continue. He spit out the mouthpiece again. He took away a point for spitting out the mouthpiece. He's continued to spit out the mouthpiece and he wants more time. Look at that. That's a boxing trick right there. Oh, they should stop this fight. They should stop this fight. Ugas is too tough for himself. And that's exactly what on display, what I was talking about. That these rules, this referee needs to step in. His corner has a towel. And these people got to protect them, these fighters, because sometimes they're too tough for themselves. And he's in there, but you got to do the math. Is he still throwing with power? Is he still in the fight? He's taking a lot of damage, but how does your fighter look? And Ugas is still throwing strong. And you see, and he continues to fight back, and that's why his corner has probably not thrown in the towel, because they see that their fighter is still in it. Oh, that one hurt him. Oh, he's going backwards. He's hurt. He got that little bit of time he needed from spitting out the mouthpiece, got a point deducted, and he went for it. And then he got caught again. Mario was patient. What a fight. What a fight. Mario Barrio won that fight. Hands down. Mario Barrio. And he looked good. And he looked good in the fight. Yeah, he looked good in the fight. Mario Barrio looked real good in the fight. Wow. That same eye. That's the eye that Errol Spence Jr. Fractured. And look, after all this time away from the sport, and I'm more than certain that was Mario Barrios' plan to target that eye. You don't want to ever hurt anybody permanently, but they're in the fight business. This is the hurt game. You don't want to, ooh, yeah, he might have not even seen that punch coming. Wow, that was nice. He stepped back, rolled it. Ah, wow, right there, right on top of the eye, right by the temple. He got both. That was flush. Ugas was hurt, but he was still in the fight. He was still in the fight. He was definitely still in the fight. Well, we got one more fight for the biggest fight in boxing history. Let's just call it what it is. Terrence Crawford was impressive by becoming the first American to become successfully two-division world champion. And now can't take that call because I'm watching the fight on my phone right here. And then wow. Yeah, wow. That is pretty good. Oh man, I can't. Anyway, uh what's going on, guys? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Round one sports talk. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your love and support, guys. And so, who do you guys think is going to win the fight? Oh, Wilfredo Benitez. You guys are too much. Wow. And listen, the lag is serious. But yeah, I think Canelo's gonna he might just pull this off. But I love all you guys. Let me get back to the show. And look at you guys. That is awesome. This is weird watching myself. Yeah, I gotta get back to the show. Let me get back to the fights. I love you guys. All right. Woo! You guys are the best. So, all right. That was awesome. Love the support. My family's gathering around too, just like all the other families and all of you tuning in to watch this mega showdown, and as the fight gets closer, the my butterflies in my stomach, the anticipation of the moment starts to build and the reality starts to set that there will be a gentleman that stands to win all 8 belts. And I stress this because I truly believe we will never ever see this again in boxing history, to get two men to agree to this. You know, uh, first, I've talked about this. It would take you on average 4 to 6 years to unify all the belts in one division. Just you. Then you need someone else north of the equator or south of the equator to do the same exact thing. Now, here are the negotiations. I would like you to give me an opportunity for you to win your 4 belts, but you can't win mine. Give me an opportunity to become arguably listed the greatest fighter in all of boxing history, but you just get a title defense. Who's going to agree to that? Let's be honest. That's what we're talking about right here. That's why I gave Canelo Alvarez his flowers, because Canelo Alvarez was criticized for many years for ducking a lot of people. Well, guess what? Jamel Charlo is all over social media running his mouth about Canelo Alvarez. And now Canelo Alvarez picked up the phone and said, you know what? You want to fight? Let's go. And Jamel Charlo said, yeah, all cocky, arrogant. I'm going to take the fight. So you know what Canelo Alvarez is going to do? His job. He's gonna go in tonight and he's gonna put in that work. He's gonna give him what he came for. You wanted this fight. This is what you want to do. And Canelo Alvarez is not a stupid businessman. When Jamel Charlo offered him to fight him, Jamel Charlo probably offered him the deal and said, "Look, this could be a mega fight for 8 belts." Jamel Charlo said, "Man, that makes dollars and cents, and I could put my hands on you." Bet, let's fight. But now in the back end, he's criticized for not fighting the guys in his division, which they're mad, they're salty. And I understand it. Because damn it, if you don't go and train and fight for 10 years to get where you're gonna be, and the champion in division has all 4 belts, and he just won't fight you. And it's been 3 years. You've been chasing him. Would you be mad? Would you be frustrated? You've worked your whole life to get there, and Canelo Alvarez is not giving any of the number one guys a shot at the belts. Why do you think he's being criticized? But Canelo Alvarez, people have to understand at this point in his career, he can pick and choose whatever fight he wants. He's the king. He is the king, and the king says whatever he wants to do, that's what he's going to do. And then you criticize it. Everyone says, man, I wish I can get a point in my career where I can pick and choose where I might fight. And when you finally get there, everybody else wants to criticize you. They don't understand that Canelo Alvarez is 33 years old, but in boxing years, he has a lot of miles underneath his belt. And ironically, both the fighters are the same exact age. But ask yourself, who have you seen longer? Jamel Charlo or Canelo Alvarez? And they're both 33 years old. Canelo Alvarez has a lot of boxing experience and he brings a lot to the table. That's why I say that, ironically, for some strange reason, we're all sitting here thinking Canelo Alvarez only has a few more fights before he rides off into the sunset and his career is over. But why is it that you're thinking in the same breath, Jamel Charlo has a lot more to accomplish? Really? And they're the same age. You see? So it's shown that Canelo Alvarez has been in a lot more wars, a lot more battles, and he's well battle tested. In fact, I'll say it again, no one has knocked down Canelo Alvarez. He has gone the distance with the men that you criticize him of losing to. If Floyd Mayweather was so great and so dominant, why didn't he knock out Canelo Alvarez? You know why? Because he couldn't do it. Because Canelo Alvarez has an iron chin. And that Canelo Alvarez has that Mexican durability and that forward pressure that will eventually catch up to you. There has been a lot of skilled fighters. We've seen it time and time again. Yo, that guy looks great. Wow, wow, wow. But that pressure and that forward attack of that Mexican fighter finally caught up to that guy in the later rounds. We've seen that time and time again. That's what I believe is going to happen in this fight. But we're all tuning in to watch this fight because, the underdog story, the excitement. Could Jamel Charlo pull this off? And how foolish would Canelo Alvarez look? He put everything, all his eggs in this basket just to keep his status at the number one spot. Because, mind you, a win is a win in boxing, right? And Jamel Charlo, with the name that he has, uh, he's going to solidify himself as a win. So, look, um, the anticipation is building in my stomach. We have one more fight to go. I can't wait to see what exactly Jamel Charlo looks like at 168. I seen them at the weigh-in in the scale. Jamel Charlo definitely doesn't look depleted, but Canelo Alvarez looks good. Boy, does he look good. Them abs was ripping. He doesn't look depleted. His skin, his face looks great. He's walking around good. He doesn't look drained. And these world-class athletes, they have first-class chefs. They got nutritionists. They got the best, gyms that are available. And according to Canelo Alvarez, his team, and that's the good thing. You see, according to Canelo Alvarez, he's loyal. He's been with that same team from the beginning. He's been with those guys, Eddie Reynolds and those dudes. Canelo Alvarez has never switched. So they know who he is. They know how to prepare him right. They know how to cut his weight right, everything. Canelo Alvarez's team, this is not nothing new to them. This is not their first rodeo. They know exactly what to do and how to, bring him along, and the question is, like we said, will the inactivity of Jamel Charlo in ring rust show its face tonight? Will he be ring rusty? Will his timing be off? You know what I'm saying? Because look, if you know about boxing, sparring and fight night, two different things. All that you could spar in the gym all you want. You can train your butt off in the gym all you want. But sparring in the gym and fight night are 100% two different things. You try to get the people that will mirror your opponent as best as you can, but you will never come close. You don't, no one really comes close to their actual opponent, you know. And you also got to think this coming into the fight, right? Okay, how do you judge a fighter? Ask yourself this. How do you judge a fighter? Well, you judge a fighter off his last fight. What a lot of us don't take into consideration is the fighter is actually getting better coming into the next fight. You see, you're going to actually see a better version of that fighter. You might say, oh, well, Canelo Alvarez didn't look that good his last fight. But what if you're going to see a better version of him this time? With each fight, you should see a better version of your fighter. You see? And you ever see your fighter come into a fight and you see a decline in his preparation, in his performance, right away you can tell he didn't train good. And I'm not sure if any of you guys noticed this. Okay. But I was doing some research coming into the fight, the Canelo Alvarez fight. So I was obviously paying attention to their all access and their interviews and uh their interviews and leading into the fight and what they were saying. As a matter of fact, I'm watching one of his interviews right now, Saul Canelo Alvarez, and it is the interview that I'm talking about. He states in there that he is growing as a fighter and that he matured off his losses. You see, now his PR team is telling him to accept that loss over Demetrius Bivol. Have you seen him on YouTube over that after that fight with Demetrius Bivol? What was Canelo Alvarez's tune after that fight? He said he felt he won the fight. Yeah, he did. He did. He was all over YouTube right after the party. They put the mic in his face. He sure did say that. But now he's like, now coming into this fight, it's good to hear him. You know, when you lose, you lose. If you win gracefully, lose gracefully. Show class. You were the better man that night. You beat me. You got that. Unless you plan on running it back or whatever. But we can't even say that because they didn't, for some reason, didn't run the rematch. Okay, you missed out on a great dinner. Pick up the phone. So, what do you want to do? Talk about the dinner with me? Relax. Yo, Stan. How do you think the Barrios fight? Mario's Barrios looked great. Mario Barrios looked amazing. What's up, Stan? I tried to call you. I know you tried to call me. I know you did, but I have the phone as my backup reading the message. I can't pick up the phone. So if I pick that up, now you're taking one thing away from me. So I listen. I'm at my job right now. Don't call me right now, okay? I'm working here. I love you guys. You ain't gonna bring me the food anyway. If swing by, bring me a plate right now. If you love me, bring me some rice and beans to the crib while I work here. Okay, I need some food. I'm dehydrated right now. So yeah, bring me some food. Now, listen, Jamel Charlo is wrapping his hands right now in the locker room. Yeah, he looks big. He looks big. Yeah, right. You see, how do they try to like sell it to you that Canelo Alvarez is gonna fade in the later rounds and that, Jamel Charlo is coming in plus 1200 and Saul Canelo Alvarez is a minus 180 coming in right now. The over is Canelo minus 290. And this fight right here, just before the Canelo Alvarez fight, Sus Ramos, remember, The kid Lubin was the one that the Charlo twin knocked out. He caught him in the first round, I believe it was. Yes, he knocked him out in the first round, the Charlo twin. And now tonight he's fighting in his undercard. That kid Lubin. Yeah. In this fight right here, right now, the Chris Lubin kid fight is a good fighter. The Mexican dude is a strong fighter. But I think right now these two guys right here, um, this is their best fight for both of them. This is their best competition. Besides him getting knocked out by the Charlo twin. The Charlo twin was his two fight, but he was too early. I think they put him in too early to fight Charlo twin at that point in his career. He was he was a little too green. Charlo caught him, he caught him cold in the first round. He didn't even warm up. Caught him lovely. What if we get a surprise knockout? Oh my God, oh my God. All right, let me ask you guys a question. If Jamel Charlo pulls off the victory tonight, do you think that this would be a bigger victory than Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson? What are some of the biggest victories in all of boxing? Now, look, well, let me bring up some. That was a pretty big victory. Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko. That was a big victory. I was happy for Teofimo Lopez when he beat Lomachenko. I didn't think he was gonna beat him. Who do you think he wins? Yeah, Tyson wasn't himself in the fight. No, no, it's not bigger than that. You don't think so, Mikey? Listen, well, look, what is another big, big, big moment fight? Like a big upset fight, a big upset. Do you think it would be? Let me see. Wow, why am I drawing a blank right now of some of the biggest fights in the world, biggest upsets? Because some of the fights were like really close. But the magnitude of this fight, you can't even measure it on a measuring stick because what he stands to win, no fighter's even close to him. But I tell you one thing right now, in recent memory, I was never expecting to see Terrence Crawford whoop Errol Spence Jr. like that. I gotta admit, I was shocked when I was seeing that fight. I remember watching that fight, and I had gave my reaction and my opinion, my breakdown before the fight, and I not in my wildest dream would I have ever thought Terrence Crawford was gonna sun Errol Spence Jr. the way he did, because Errol Spence Jr. came into that fight, arguably the best 147-pound champion of the world, and he had 3 belts. When you're a champion and you're fighting at that level, you're not supposed to get hit with big shots like that. You're not supposed to get hit with those kind of punches. You knock out guys like that when you're like, you have 5-0, 10-0. But when your level of competition starts to get better, you can't do the same thing against this guy because he's not making those little mistakes. And that's why some of these boxing matches are a little bit boring, but there's a lot going on in there, and he wasn't supposed to get hit by those shots, you know. Well, yeah, yeah. That was like the great fights, but I want to compare it to like big moments. If in a course of events in boxing, like if you look back throughout the boxing halls and you think about some of the biggest fights in boxing history. Now, in comparison, this is the right conversation to put in this fight in fact, right? And what I'm talking about is when Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman in Africa. That was a spectacle of a boxing match. That was a huge boxing moment. And he regained the heavyweight championship of the world. You see, where that he was considered, and some people were actually crying for Ali when he was entering the ring because they actually thought that George Foreman was going to kill him, like really kill him. Okay. They didn't think that Muhammad Ali stand a chance. Going into that fight, Muhammad Ali was a huge underdog. The way that George Foreman was knocking out everybody else, including the men that beat the great Muhammad Ali, George Frazier, it George Foreman made it look way too easy. He just steamrolled these guys, And when Muhammad Ali went into Africa and fought George Foreman and pulled that off, that was a really big moment and an underdog for Ali coming into the fight for boxing. Now that was a big moment. And in comparison to that, this fight coming in as boxing history for big moments, when Joe Louis fought what was his name, the German guy there, his name will come to me, in the middle of that war, right? It was like publicized, the US versus German, right? Schilling, right? Max Schilling, his name was Max Schilling. Coming into that fight, Max Schilling was the only man to beat Joe Louis at the time. Now, here we are in the middle of a full-fledged war, right? And this fight is like advertised us versus them. That's what it was put. They put the entire US on that man Joe Louis's back. Not to mention in that era, he wasn't even allowed to go in most restaurants and eat. You understand? And that was a big historical fight in boxing history. He had all US on the back of his back. The president of the United States of America at that time wished them luck. That's how big that fight in Madison Square Garden. This guy beat you before. This is your moment for your people. For that, listen, he had black, white people in the street hugging each other, crying, kissing. That is one of the biggest boxing historical moments, right? And now we have tonight the first man to ever simultaneously held all 8 belts. He can honestly take that achievement and put it up against the greats. Muhammad Ali never had 8 belts. Floyd Mayweather never had 8 belts. In fact, no one has ever had 8 belts. So the opportunity was just too great for him to pass up on. I get it. And the excitement builds with every minute, luring towards the fight as the anticipation for this fight really builds. And the magnitude at what state really starts to set in my head, because I'm a little numbers guy. I'm a little analytics dude, and I love the history of it. And I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get 2 people to agree to this again. It's just not that easy. So, yeah. Who do I got in this fight right here? Another title eliminator. They're always putting these title eliminator fights and never giving the guy that wins the fight a shot at the title. Do you know how many people fought for title eliminator fights for Saul Canelo Alvarez's belts? They fought 3 eliminator fights for the WBC alone. 3 different title eliminator fights to get a shot at his title for the WBC, and they haven't been honored. That's just the truth. Those are just facts. You know, um, for some reason, the WBC do love themselves some Saul Canelo Alvarez. As you can see, he hasn't even won the fight, and they've already made him a WBC. Have you seen it? It's all over social media. The new belt. It's like a Mexican belt with all the Mexican colors like blend in. Like every time he fights, he gets a different color made WBC belt you've never seen on no other fighter ever. They make those belts just for him. You know how are you making the belt for him? But what if Jamel Charlo wins? Are you going to give Jamel Charlo the Mexican made belt, or do you got a different belt there? Yeah, that's going to be funny. That'll be funny, but I don't think we'll be able to get to see that. Nah, realistically, Jamel Charlo, he just got too many things in my book for checks against him. I see this being another victorious um, fight for Saul Canelo Alvarez. How difficult he makes the fight, or how early he wants to end the fight, we'll find out. But I know right now, if he wants to solidify himself at the top spot, he needs a dominance performance. And a dominance performance can mean a few things. It can mean that he knocks Jamel Charlo down. He'll be the first man to knock him down. Oh no, Jamel Charlo's been down once. He would have to knock him out and finish him. He'd be the first person to knock. So let me strike that. Jamel Charlo has been knocked down, um, but he hasn't never been finished. So he would be the first man to do that. You know, so yeah. Um, these guys, these two men entering the ring right now, it's we are exactly 11 rounds away, and whatever time it takes the mariachi band to come down, because Saul Canelo Alvarez is coming out with that full-fledged mariachi band. They're gonna be he coming out with his peoples. All right, they're gonna be all the way down, popping it, So and then they're gonna probably sing the national anthem for America, and I was anticipating to see who is gonna walk out Jamel Charlo, because remember, Eminem walked out Terrence Crawford, so he's not gonna be. Who the hell you got bigger than Eminem? I'll wait. Who do you? He's not. I don't think he should try to like top him, and I don't think he's gonna. But it would be cool to see who's gonna walk him out. If I don't know if he got anybody like Eminem status, but yo, that was dope. When Terrence Crawford came out with Eminem, I had to admit, I was like, yo, right, yo, that was dope. But it's not about the ring walk. It's not about your outfit. It's about what you do tonight. And that's what that you know, um, you know, it would be disappointing if we saw a lackluster performance from Jamel Charlo and he came to get a payday and give Saul Canelo Alvarez a fucking fight. But I don't believe that ever to be the case. It would I don't buy that. Someone said that to me earlier today, and I was like, no, nah. Jamel Charlo's coming to fight. And there's a lot going on with his older brother right now. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this. His older brother, whenever an athlete ever says that they're doing some soul searching or they had to get away from their hometown, it's usually the lightly of suspects, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And you're just not doing what you're supposed to do. So now he's up, with Roy Jones, his twin brother, and he's getting back into fighting form, fighting shape, and they have him on video, training and stuff. And I'm glad to see that his brother's getting his mind right, and you know, learning that you only have so many years at the top of your game. At the elite level, you only have so many years. You have a window, unless your name is Tom Brady, right? And you got like the cheat code to fucking not aging, you know, um, then you're gonna age like the rest of us, and there in the middle of your career, you don't want to take no breaks. And I talk about this. I always call it the champion's curse. You know, no sooner that a champion wins a title, he wants to go on a vacation. A vacation? What do you mean you want to go on a vacation? You just won the belt. Now we got to go back in the gym. If you were my fighter and I was coaching you and you won a world title, you have 5 days from the moment you won that world title. I want you back in the gym. You have 5 days. Next Monday, I expect you in the gym because you think we're going to do all this work to get there for you to go on vacation. No, all that work you did to get there was great. But this is where the real work comes in, defending it, getting more belts. Now we finally got here and you want to go on vacation? Get the hell out of here. You better be here Monday morning. We got to start defending this title, and that's what a lot of people, a lot of athletes fall victim to the lamplight, you know, um, and that it comes with the sport, it comes with the territory, and you have to be disciplined, and these Saul Canelo Alvarez, I tip my hat off to him. Can you imagine all those Mexican cartel people and the way they run Mexico, all the bribes and money that they have offered and all the doorways, and if anybody messes with you here, like, and all the parties and the lifestyle, they could have made it real easy for that man. So Canelo Alvarez could have bought into all that hype and he could have fell off, but he he wants to he says he's still got some more left and he has more to give. He says he can retire, and when you retire at 38, 39, 40 years old, you're still young. And now he got all that money. Now he can go and enjoy his money. But as of right now, look, we have an amazing fight. And like I said, the anticipation builds with with these passing rounds. We're in the second round right now in this fight, and it looks like, ooh, it looks like this fight might just be a short one. Lubin got to stay off the ropes. He has to stay off the ropes, and he has to pop the jab more. This guy is coming over his jab, and he's waiting for Lubin to throw the jab. Logan needs to step to his left, but cross to his right and pop. You see, when he's making that switch, he's not giving him anything in between. When you go left to right, pop the jab down the middle like that as you're making the shift. And then look, he's taking, he's finding the range. Ramos is like that overhand shot right over Lubin's. Look how low his hands are. He puts them up high when he gets in close. But when he hits to the body and he fades back, look where his hands are. They're right here. When he fades back, look. He picks up on some of these reads early. Ooh, look at his brother is in attendance. His brother is in attendance. He told his brother, you come in, watch the fight, and you go back home. Look at, they're talking about it right now. He didn't even know he was going to be in attendance. He doesn't want his brother coming outside of the house. Look. And it's for a reason. He needs to get his mind back into boxing. He has some issues outside of the sport. Look at Saul Canelo Alvarez with Lil Junior. Yep. You see? And they're speaking about everything I spoke about tonight. Canelo Alvarez wanting to silence the critics, because that's everything I talked about tonight. They're basing him off his last three performances, and they should. You should judge your fighters of what they're doing no matter what, right? Okay. And based off that, the argument is that Canelo Alvarez is still the face of boxing. That's what Top Rank, ESPN, and his promotional company, are putting out there, that he is the face of boxing. But he has to win tonight. He has to win. Jamel Charlo didn't seem too happy to see his brother. Was that the vibe you got? It was I the only one that got that vibe? Or was he just so much in deep thought? Because usually they're always all smiles with each other, hugging, loving, And he gave him that, yeah, 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 one cuff hug, like he's like looking forward and shit. And his brother came in with the sunglasses on. Ooh, why you got the sunglasses on, bro? Mm. What do we got here? Jose Montalvo, what do you got in the fight? Uh Jose, what's up? Stan, what's up? Mikey, what's up? Glenn, what's up? Charlo will win the fight. Bigger fighter upcoming. The Charlo wins not. Yeah, yeah. Well, that was one of the biggest questions that we were saying, right? That first of all, he's not fighting the Charlo twin that he initially was going to fight. Canelo Alvarez was going to fight the bigger of the Charlo twins. Okay. The one that answered the call to give us tonight was the smaller of the Charlo twins. Okay. The bigger one is going through some issues right now. I guess he's battling some demons or whatever. He's been away from the sport going on 2 years, right? And he's out there with Roy Jones out there. I believe it's in Colorado or whatever, and he's trying to get back into fighter shape. And tonight they just showed him he's coming in to support his brother. So Canelo wasn't going to fight this Charlo twin, okay? But still, all that being said, they're still twins, right? And he accepted the fight. He didn't have to take the fight, okay? And if Canelo Alvarez is victorious, he's going to get credit for the win. He's going to get credit for the four belt defense. But what I've been saying is he hasn't fought anybody in his weight division where he is currently the 168-pound champion. Tonight, he should be fighting the David Benavidez or Demetrius Andre. He should be fighting one of the top number one fighters. Whoever the WBC got in their number one, whoever the WBA, the WBO, and etc. having their number one, that's who Canelo Alvarez should be fighting. He should not be fighting Jamel Charlo that's moving up 2 weight divisions if you want to keep it funky. This fight really shouldn't be happening. The fight that Canelo Alvarez sold all of us this fight by enticing us with a man being able to win 8 fights, with the whole time he knows he didn't have a chance. He didn't have a chance from the beginning, jumping up 2 weight divisions. Never mind being inactive for 18 months. So you're going to come into the fight with ring rust and 2 weight divisions? How much more can you stack the deck against this man? You're asking Jamel Charlo to do a lot here. A freaking lot. So I just keep telling myself, I just hope he can do it. But I see Canelo Alvarez slowly backing him up to the ropes. Jamel Charlo's goal tonight is to keep the fight in the center of the ring and to utilize movement and to work him at the end of his jabs, keep him on the outside. He needs to box when he needs to box. He needs to fight when he needs to fight. If he can do that, box when you need to fight, but don't law into Canelo Alvarez's style. Meaning, if Canelo Alvarez laws him into a slugfest, don't allow yourself. Stay disciplined. Stay to the game plan. Move. And that's what Canelo Alvarez is going to do tonight with his forward pressure. He's going to come forward and he's going to try to bait Jamel Charlo to get into a gunfight with him. And in between, in exchanges, that's where he's going to catch Jamel Charlo. And if he doesn't put him down with the initial shot, He's gonna stun him, and then he's gonna try to put him away. Depending on, everybody gets stunned or hurt different. Some men are able to recover from it, but that's kind of like how I see it playing out. At some point in the fight, I don't know when, right? But at some point in the fight, Canelo Alvarez's forward pressure is going to catch up to Jamel Charlo. That's how I see the fight going. So, and then you got the surprise factor, the way that none of us anticipating the fight going. Jamel Charlo just comes out and straight fucking wipes Canelo down. I mean, from the opening round, it's just more, more, more. Where you going? More, more. And he starts showing that he's the bigger man, and his jab is just lighting Canelo's left eye out. And by like the third, fourth round, his shit is bubbled. And Canelo is like saying to himself, at this moment, he knew he fucked up. Yeah. And Charlo is just like, ha, ha, ha. You done messed up. I'm an elite athlete. I'm taking all belts. Oh, oh. And and then we see that, and so we see some crazy stuff. And then that's something I just didn't see coming. Like, I didn't see that whooping that Terrence Crawford was gonna do to Terrence Crawford was gonna do to Aerospace Jr. I never saw that happening. So we have that. We have that possibility. It could be a wild moment here. Look at Devin Haney, lightweight champion of the world, Devin Haney. He looks good. He looks good. Eastside Pitbull Cruz is looking a little fat there. He doesn't look like he's gonna get scheduled for a fight. Leo Santa Cruz, he's a great fighter. He's a great Mexican champion right there. Oh, Chris Ariella, the Mexican heavyweight that did not become the champion. He had a lot of potential, but he just didn't win the fights he needed to. But he's a great fighter. Chris Ariella, he's good. He's good for a heavyweight, he's good. So here we are. We're all the way in the fifth round, man. Tell me, you guys. Oh yeah, Brady. He was the biggest underdog in sports histories. 6th round pick out of Michigan, gonna win 7 times. Yeah, no one saw that coming. He's a huge underdog. But everyone loves an underdog story. And right now they're showing Nevada's gambling websites and lines. And as we get closer to the fight, do you notice that Canelo is being more favored in the fight? He's Canelo Alvarez is going up and Jamel Charlo's stock's going down as we get closer to the fight. Because I've seen that change already 3 times today. Vegas is not stupid. Vegas knows how to pick a winner. They know how to take your money. I tell you that much. And Vegas right now is not paying a whole lot out for Canelo Alvarez. You would have to put up right now roughly 550, to win 1,000. So it's like, what is the odds right now? Anybody did check the odds again? I didn't. I saw Canelo side, but I didn't see Jamel Charlo side. Is he still minus 1,200? What is he at right now? I would like to know that. Um, so yeah. And this is really gonna come at a good time. Mexico is just coming off one of the biggest Mexican holidays, and I'm pretty sure that they might have even tried to get the fight around that day, but the arena that they had the fight scheduled was probably booked on that night. So the closest date they could probably get it in Las Vegas was on this date, because in order to book a fight in Las Vegas, Las Vegas is booked for the next 5 years. You better believe that. Everywhere in Las Vegas is booked for like forever. And for sporting events, they try to create a window, like sporting events like this, and there are options. But Mexico just came off a big, big, big Mexican holiday where Gracio retained the title for Mexican in a victory over Shevchenko in the UFC, which that was on actually the day. So this is riding right there, right off its coattails. These Mexican people are fresh off of that, and it's a big moment for Mexico. As you could see, a lot of the big legends, Mexican legends, are starting to fill the seats up. Julio Cesar Chavez, they just showed him coming in. He's probably, if not the biggest. And then you got your Oscar de la Hoyas, and you got a lot of other great, great Mexican champions, and some Mexican legends are no longer with us, unfortunately. But they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there in attendance. They want to see this because this is their next Mexican great champion. This is the king right now, and Mexico is leading the way. He's the face of boxing. Mexico is leading the way, and Jamel Charlo wants to play spoiler tonight. That's what he's trying to play, spoiler. You know, um, man, wow, this is sixth round, people. The sixth round. Yes, we are almost at the fight. We are almost there. Yeah, he does it. And that's where Jamal Charlo captivated, knocked him out because he can't fight going backwards. I mean, I just got that confused. Ramos can't fight going backwards. And Luas was caught trying to come in. I just mixed up their names. This this is how he should have been fighting from the beginning of the round. This is how you see how he's popping that jab, and now he ties up with him. But this is how he should have been fighting him from the moment. And don't let him get close like that. See, that's that Mexican pressure I'm talking about right there. You see, and he's smothering him. He's got to get off the ropes. Get back to the center of the ring, kid. Get back to the center. Now pop right there. Hit, hit, hit. You're going backwards. You're not giving him anything. All right, breathe, breathe off the ropes. If your back touches the rope, moves. You got to move. As soon as your back touches that rope, you got to move. You can't stay on the ropes, because the reason why they don't want you on the rope is because the guy knows you can't go no further backwards. You can only lean so much. It's basically he has you pinned, right? While you're in the center of the ring, if the guy's pressuring you, you could go to the left or to the right. You could swing out of the way. But once you're on the ropes, your back is against the ropes. You can't go backwards no more. And that's why you'll hear the trainer always wants you not keep your back off the ropes. Where's my soda, my drink? I don't know. I thought Ramos was gonna have this guy Lubin out of here by now. This Mexican fighter right here was they were talking about him having a lot of hype, coming up. He's beat a couple okay fighters coming up, but he's supposed to be one of the new upcoming stars, prospects, young prospects of Mexico. So I thought that this was going to be a really tough fight for this guy right here. He's holding his own, definitely. He's 100% holding his own. But I kind of wish he wouldn't so that we can get this fight going. you know. But in boxing, I'm gonna let you know right now. The when the fight is scheduled for them to make their ring walk, no matter what happens in these fights right here, that's the time they come out of the locker room. Not a minute sooner, not a minute later. They don't speed things up like in the olden days. Say this guy would have came out and knocked this guy out in the first round, and the other fight would have knocked out the guy in the first round. You know what they would have did? They would have played a Canelo Alvarez rerun, or they would have gave you a Jamel Charlo rerun in between these fights right here for that them to buy time for them to for their time to come out. That's all they would have did. Had these fights got ended early. Yeah, it doesn't push them out when they're scheduled on the time. There, everyone back there has a certain time, and there's a certain schedule, and they're going by it. They're warming up, hitting the pads during this time. It's like if the guy didn't get a chance to warm up or didn't have both hands wrapped and he knocks him out and the other guy knocked him out, you think they're going to be like, hurry up, wrap your hands. You got to go. No, that this is professional boxing. They nope, not until the time that it was scheduled, so yeah. So if he actually knocks him out early here, we would just see a whole bunch of Canelo Alvarez's and Jamel Charlo highlights until the time comes. So that's what would happen. So we're gonna have to wait for it regardless. Yeah. We're almost there though. Let me quickly grab my water. Oh yeah. Both fighters look good in this fight. Both of these fighters look. Ooh, that's a nice combination. But he's opening up. Ramos is really, yeah, he's trying to get him out of here. He's going to the body fairly well. This kid got to get off the ropes. Oh, he's getting into the body. Hey guys, that shot that he hit him with right there on the belt line. Ironically, he didn't call that a low blow, right? But if your name is the heavyweight champion of the world there, Olivander Usyk there, that's a low blow. Well, he got knocked out. He got knocked out. But hey, the powers that be, man, they were like, you think we're gonna let this lucky punch Dubois come in here and be the champion? He won't represent it well. His next fight he would lose it. Dubois is a good heavyweight, but he's young. He needs a little bit more preparing in order to be a champion for me. He's gonna have to be, and then his he has to show that he wants to be in the fights, man. Sometimes he looks lost in there, man. He looks like his character. He gets very hard. He doesn't want to be in the fight anymore. Anyway, here we are. We're in the 8th round, and things are really starting to heat up between these two guys right here. He always comes out and uses the jab good. Lubin is you know, he's in the fight. He looks like he's in the fight. He just doesn't look like he knows what to do next. Like what where he's just allowing Ramos to come forward, and he's kind of like fighting off of him, but it doesn't really look like he's utilizing look all everything to the guard. He's not setting any punches up. A little shot here, pop here, pop here. But what are you doing with that? Where are you going with it? Well, all right. Who do you guys got winning in this fight coming in? You guys all been asking me about who I got in the fight. You know, um, like yeah, you guys a lot. Most of you said that you guys got Canelo. Yeah, I know. You know, but there, for me, oh, that was a good combination. If that kid kept doing that, if he kept hitting him like that, you see, now that's how he has to fight him. But keep him, give him something, and then take your breathe right there, breathe in between. See, loading up like that for that one big shot, that takes a lot of energy, and he didn't do anything with it. That's what I'm talking about. You're not supposed to load up like that and just throw out a shot. You're supposed to set that punch up, make it count. Throwing into the air a hard punch. Yeah, he's fighting, but I don't see where's his work. Like what's his plan here? What is he trying to like execute on Ramos? He looks like he's just surviving. He doesn't he doesn't really look like he's initiating a good offense back is kind of like what I'm saying. Okay. Did you guys all just see that announcement right there? Tim Zoo fighting that guy? You know what that means, right? Tim Zoo's going to go into that fight as the 154-pound WBO champion of the world on October 14th. Because tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, Jamel Charlo is going to get stripped of that belt. That's the guy right there, Tim Zoo, that's going to be upgraded to the super champion of the WBO. So, what if Tim Zoo loses that belt to that dude? And that guy takes the belt and plays keep away with it with Jamel Charlo. Now, how is he going to track that belt down? It's not like when you're a champion, you don't have any like you're not the mandatory to another champion. The other champion doesn't have to agree to fight you. He's already a champion. See, that's the thing. You have to get these people to agree to fight you. If he's like, hell no, I'm not fighting Jamel Charlo. I'll fight this guy, the ranked number 15th in the world. Then that's his right to go do that. That's exactly what Canelo Alvarez is kind of did and being criticized for. Am I right? So if Tim Zook, that's important right there. That's boxing news. If Tim Zoo goes and fights that guy and loses that belt, that throws a monkey wrench into everything. Because now Jamel Charlo has to come down to 154 and get that guy to fight him. But enticing him, waving 3 belts at the guy and trying to give him an opportunity to win all 4 belts usually entices the person to take that fight. But and then another person would be like, man, fuck the four belts. I'm not losing this one to you. I'm staying champion for as long as I can. I'm not gonna fight you. And then he's not no longer the four division, the unified, undisputed champion at 154. No more. As of tomorrow morning, Jamel Charlo is no longer the 154 unified champion of the world. That's already worked out. There's no stopping that. So whether he loses or win, that's going to take place. And Tim Zoo's going to fight that guy. What did it say? October 14th? He's going to fight that guy October 14th. He loses that belt. There's no fight against Tim Zoo with Jamel Charlo. And that belt starts going that way, further away from Jamel Charlo. See how shit is? And the WBO, those shiesty mofos knew this because if Jamel Charlo wins tonight, they strip him of the belt. He has 7 belt. He moves down to 154, back to 154. Guess what? He has a chance to re-winning 8 belts again. The 2-time, the first-time belt holder will be Jamel Charlo. So to try to put a monkey wrench on that would be putting somebody in the ring with Tim Zoo getting beat, the belt going further that way, and the odds that he holds on to the 168-pound championships, because you got to remember right now, okay, let's think about this. No one said this. I just thought of this right now, and I'm just about to hit you with this. What if Jamel Charlo is successful tonight and he wins as a 168-pound champion? Guess what, asshole? You're now the 168-pound champion of the world. You got to defend those titles. Oh, yeah, because now he would have to vacate those belts eventually. What is he going to hold up the 160? No one at 168 pounds right now watching this fight is happy for any reason. Right? No one that's fighting at 168 is happy for this fight. Because that just throws a monkey wrench in everything. Because now Jamel Charlo is the 168-pound champion, all 4 belts, and the 154, all 4 belts. Those guys at 168 are like, yo, I want a shot. One man can't defend 8 belts. It's not meant to happen. That's why no one's ever done it. You know, you have 8 mandatories. This is all just for, like, you know, to put big records, popularity, shit like that. But shall he win these belts? He'll keep them for a little while, but I see him vacating them. I don't see Jamel Charlo. Well, he's gonna have to vacate 4 on one division. And whichever is he gonna be. Does he want to be the 154-pound champion? Then he'll vacate the 168, vice versa. You know, he's gonna have to. He can't defend 8 belts, and that's another thing. You know, he. This is crazy on so many levels. It's just crazy on so many levels, because now he's gonna get a letter in the mail no sooner that he beats if he was to do it. Beat Canelo Alvarez, he's gonna get a letter in the mail saying, "Yo, I want a shot at your belts," and they're gonna be 168 fighters. Um, oh wow, he could fight David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, at 168. Jamel Charlo don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. He better leave David Benavidez alone. David, the monster Benavidez, I don't know about that one. He would have to defend the belts against him. And you know these assholes, they you know what they're going to do? Canelo Alvarez said, I don't like fighting my people, Mexican fighters. I don't like to fight Mexican fighters, right? Okay. Shall he lose tonight? Guess who's going to be the next Mexican fighter? David Benavidez. He be coming out in the other flag. All of a sudden, tomorrow, he's going to be full-blooded Mexican. they're gonna back him up. I guarantee it. The Mexicans gonna be like, no, 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 no. This is our guy, right? I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And that's who he would have to defend the belts to. And his first fight, if he makes a title defense, these dirty they gonna give him. They gonna be like, nope. Matter of fact, he's the mandatory. You can't even duck this fight. That's exactly what they're gonna do. Yeah. Oh, we are almost here. Where are we? Where are we? What round we in? What round we in? Somebody tell me what round it is. This is incredible. This is about to go down. It's about to go down. Who do you guys got winning in this fight right here? I kind of lost a little bit of it, but what I'm seeing by body language, it looks like the Mexican guy's winning this fight. I haven't been really like paying attention close, round by round in this one. But as soon as we get into the Canelo Alvarez round, right, guys, I would like you guys to round by round put it in. Who won that round? That's what I want to know. You know. Ooh. Look, he's just standing there taking Ramos jabs. He's just late on his attack. It look it looks like he's just watching Ramos. One jab every 10 seconds is not going to win you the fight. One and two and three and four and five. One and two and three. Look, he's just one punch, one punch, one punch. Look at Ramos. One, upstairs, downstairs, upstairs. Look, mixing it up. Not being predictable, not being ready. That's a game plan right there. That's executing right there. If he keeps moving, do this until he becomes stationary. And then you see him set his feet, that's when you let off. As he's moving, keep the game plan going. Go upstairs, downstairs. You can see that Ramos is well trained and on what he wants to do in the fight. And as you're looking at the fighters, these are the reads that I'm making. You see, when Lubin is going backwards, right? Ramos is doing the same thing. Look, he's hitting him to the chest, to the body, to upstairs. And little by little, he's edging that foot closer and closer to him. See how he's edging his foot? He's getting closer. He's gonna come over the top with the overhand right over that glove. Watch. He's waiting for that one big shot. Whether he catches him or not, I don't know. But it's gonna come. He's gonna switch levels. He's gonna jab up, go down, and go over the top. He's gonna have watch. Boom, boom, boom. It went down. This kid Lubin, he sees it. That's smart. At least he sees it. He's not gonna allow him to do it. Because the kid in red Lubin, he sees it. He's not a fool. And that's why he didn't do it. One more round, last round, baby. Last round, and we got the big fight. Smoke him if you got him. Yeah, he's losing this fight. Be honest with your fighter. Tell him the truth. Tell him the truth. Motivate your fighter. Don't lie to him. Tell him you got to go out there. You want to win this fight. You're gonna have to knock him out for real. Just go for it. Either get knocked out or give the knockout. But you came this far, like Las Vegas pay-per-view fight. You're on the undercard. Yeah. Yeah, I would want him to go all out too. Definitely. That would be my instructions. Because he's still punching with authority. It's just that he's not he's not putting anything together. That's where he has to be, at the center of the ring. We're getting closer to this fight. That's it. This is a 12th round. That mariachi band is about to come out and start performing. I I can't believe this. That my screen froze this whole time, but everything else is recording. It freaks me out because all I'm actually looking at here is me like this. Yeah, I can't even see myself move. I don't even know how to get out of it. He's man, this kid, man. I think Lubin could have did better, man, against this dude. Had he been just a little bit better trained. He's got skill. He's got a nice jab. He's just not, for whatever reason, he's just not putting any combinations together. He's not, yeah, for sure. Ruben won. Ramos won. Look at Ramos' wide stand. Look how wide he is, and he shifts level. He bends his knees straight down. Gold comes right up. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think. I think. Ramos won every round. I mean, what? I must have not watched those other rounds. Yeah. I must have not watched those beginning rounds. That's when I was just talking to you guys, because I didn't really see any rounds really where that I felt like he won. 37%. Okay, that's good. No, not at all. Man, out of 378 punches, what Copybox Stats is saying, he landed 59 punches and 32 down. What? Power shots? Yeah, you're not gonna win a fight like that. You're not gonna win a fight like that, unfortunately. But good fight for the Mexican fighter. He came in, he did what he was supposed to do, and he did his job. He secured a victory, right? So okay. So now here we are, the most highly anticipating boxing match with all this controversy coming behind it. And what's gonna happen? What is going to happen? There's absolutely no chance on God's green earth that you think that Jamel Charlo is going to come out like Marvelous Hagler did against Tommy Hitman Hearn, right? You don't think he's going to jump on him like a spider monkey in the beginning of the first round. He wouldn't do that. You don't do that at this level. You got to be patient. I understand that. But wouldn't that be exciting to see? That dude won the fight? What the hell is going on with the Chelsea? Did you guys were we watching the same fight? He wasn't putting no combinations together. I narrated the last 2 to 3 rounds with you guys. He didn't win the rounds I was narrating. I was actually watching the fight. Yo, Stan, what the hell was that? Yo, listen, I want you guys to pay attention to this fight right here, right now, and I want you to pay attention, close attention to what you're thinking right now, because I'm thinking the same thing. These are the judges coming into the Saul Canelo Alvarez fight. These are the kind of judges that are scoring the fight. I saw the same. I was watching the last 3 rounds. I started really paying attention, and I said it was like in the 10th round. I was watching them, and I narrated his fight. I know I'm gonna look back at this video right here, and during that fight right there, you can play that fight and put my voice with that fight. He threw one punch at a time. Look at the unofficial scorecard. They had Ramos winning the fight. On the unofficial scorecard, they had Ramos winning the fight. He know. Look what the announcer said. He's been gifted the decision on his birthday. They gave him a gift. There he is. Whoa. Absolutely nobody thinks he won that fight. Nobody thinks he won that fight. Not even Canelo Alvarez in the back locker. All right. I want you guys to recognize what just happened. Excuse me. I want you to recognize what just happened here. As far as the landscape goes for the 154 pounds, because Ramos was supposed to win that fight, right? Okay. Now, that's a title eliminator. You heard that, right? All right. To whose titles? Jamel Charlos. The 154-pound champion. That was a title eliminator for the WBC title that Jamel Charlo currently holds. So he won an interim belt, the WBC silver, and a title eliminator, which means that his next fight has to be scheduled against the champion. Unfortunately, Jamel Charlo already knocked him out in one round. The fight lasted what? A minute and a half or something? Maybe not even that. So, dude, does the fight fans really want to see that rematch? He didn't even last. He got a crack at the world titles. excuse me. And his first crack at the world titles, he got knocked out within a minute. So, who was supposed to win that fight was Ramos, but he was supposed to win that fight because he actually won the fight because we just witnessed it. I know what I saw with my own two eyes. He was supposed to win that fight. That would be a title eliminator, and that would put him in position to be mandatory to Jamal Charlo. And that's the pros and cons of having all four belts. That if you have one belt, well, then you only have one mandatory. You only have to honor that one fight. So it usually kind of works like this, right? You have a mandatory, right? Look at Ryan Garcia. He's in the building. Caleb Plant's in the building. Oh, man. Caleb Plant is in the building, and the other Charlo just came in the building and saw his brother backstage. So remember, the last time Caleb Plant and Jamal Charlo saw each other, Caleb Plant smacked him. Remember that. Okay. And then it was rumored that Jamal Charlo served him with paperwork talking about, but I think it was dropped. I'm not gonna even go down that road. Uh, you mean to tell me the champion of the world is gonna press get the Sugar Ray Leonard, the legend? Wow, all the stars are out. All the great boxing greats that are around right now, they're all out right now. Wow. Well, what's up, the Oracle? I'm not sure if Big Bro's gonna jump in the ring, Mister Jose Montalvo. Uh, uh, I think that he's got his own problems right now, and he needs to be on his own best behavior because um, the man that smacked him is sitting in the ring right in that front row too. Caleb Plant. So when he sees his little brother get dropped for the first time or whatever, or knocked out, he might feel some kind of way, but jumping in the ring, I'm Canelo, I might have backup. Caleb Plant might jump in the ring and be like, "Can I raise you one?" But there could be a possibility that there's an altercation behind the scenes in this fight because both of those men are in the building. Wow, I'm concerned now about the judging. I'm concerned about the judging coming into the fight now. I mean, what is the judging going to look like? You know, um, First of all, was that a Mexican fighter versus a brother right there? And the Mexican guy lost, even though he really won right there. So, I mean, hmm, how do you guys feel about the judging? Do you feel that it favors Canelo? Do you feel that it favors Jamal in this situation, in this case? Are these the kind of judges that are already saying that we like an underdog? I don't know what the hell they saying by that. Here we go, people. Yep. We got to get through all this shit right here first. National anthem from Mexico, national anthem from United States of America. Here comes the. Oh, they got. I guess she's like a world-renowned Mexican star. I'm sorry, I don't know who she is, but look at the American girl, the sister. She's coming in the ring like, that sounds good. Wait until I get my turn. Them girls is competing right now on the song. Everybody's competing here. Look at what Canelo put together for all of us. Look at that ring. Canelo put this together. I want you to remember that. All right. He gave us this fight. Remember what they said, what whose names there on the thing first. It says Canelo versus Charlo. Doesn't say Charlo versus Canelo. It says Canelo versus Charlo. That's what it says on the banner. Canelo's doing everything in this night, man. He's got a big following. And like I said previously in the video, now this is coming off fairly close to the Mexican holiday that just recently passed. Not even like 10 days ago, right? Something like that. So, this is like right there. Cherie. Look, she stayed in the ring to watch her sing. They competing. She's like, oh, yeah. Look at the belt. Look at the belt. The one I was talking about. That's the special belt. Wait, it's here. Oh, look at Charlo. She's killing it. She's killing it. Oh, she just hit the other singer with a body shot. Oh, she got her against the rope. Take it home. Still there. Let's get ready. She killed it. Oh, even the girl singing the national anthem was battling. Look at the belt. Look at the WBC belt that they made specially for this event. They both hugged each other. One's like, hey, I sing better than you. She whispered in her ear. She was like, bitch. Yeah. That's the belt right there. Listen, the WBC makes him all kinds of, look at the belt. That belt was specially made for tonight. Now, what if Charlo wins? Do they give him the belt? Oh, here we go. We are here. We are here. Last chance. Last chance. Who do you got? You still sticking with Canelo? Are you switching to Charlo? Are you undecided? Are you sure Canelo Alvarez is going to win this fight? You sure? You sure that Canelo Alvarez got enough left in him with those performances he put in? Sure, he has enough, doesn't he? We're going to get the best version of him. He can do it, right? Or is Jamel Charlo going to stop him in his tracks? Is Jamel Charlo going to show up tonight and shock the world? and be the first man to hold 8 belts simultaneously. His opportunities is standing in front of him. Here we go. You see those American flags? You see what it is. You see what it is. That here we go. He came out, the Dark Vader. Ooh, look at his brothers right there. His brother walks out with him in the ring walk. Oh, I'm digging the outfit, all black, like the Grim Reaper, walking up in there. Look at him. He like the Reaper. He dog. He trying to get his mind right. He might have to go to a dark place tonight. He might have to go into a dark place tonight. That's his mindset. Look at him, all in black, no colorful shit, no mixed colors. Look at him. Does he have what do you got? Silver or black? Black and silver gloves? So his trunks might be black and silver. Mm. Mm. Look at that. Look how it's just like, look at that. That shit is fire. It looks like it's just little lights just flashing every diamonds. Oh, I like that. I like that robe. That's robe is slick. See, a win-win situation for himself. Even these people are acknowledging it. I hope so. Longest layoff of his career. He's coming off the longest layoff his career, off of a hand injury that he broke his hand, and he's moving up 2 weight divisions to challenge him. Coming off a broken hand, longest layoff, 2 weight divisions. And he's gonna knock him out. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, I respect Canelo Alvarez, man. He's an amazing athlete, amazing fighter, and I gotta give it to him. He is the face of boxing, and he truly deserved it. And he's fought and put himself in position for he earned every step of the way. You know what I mean? And if he didn't, why didn't you do it? That's what I got to say on that. If he got there first, don't cry, bro. He is who he is, and you got to give it to him. You know, he is who he is. Uh, Terrence Crawford came out with Eminem, and he came out with the top Mexican rappers. I don't know who they are, but they must be hot if they coming out with Canelo, right? I don't think he got his nephew and his cousin's friend singing them out. I guess that they some Mexican hot rappers. Canelo Alvarez hired his sister's nephew and the kid that lives next door. Yo. I wonder if they're gonna say how much they weigh on fight night. Yeah, that was his last knockout when he knocked out Caleb Plant. So, what were the last three? See, that's how I'm judging him off his last three fights. Right. You see? Everything I said. Everything I said. He's fighting. He wants to keep himself irrelevant to be the face of boxing. Yeah. Wow, they got Market. Beat Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. No three knockdown rule is in effect. Only ref can stop the fight. Here we go, people. Here we go. Here we go. Nevada. Here we go. That's a dope belt right there. You see how he has the WBC belt right there where his guy's holding it? That is the original WBC belt. Now, the belt that they made right there, that's considered what they considered in boxing a diamond belt. It's a belt that they give to the fighters to show that they have reached like a level in their career where that they make a special belt for them. They made Floyd Mayweather the $1 million belt. He fought, he had it on display in the Conor McGregor fight, but previously to that, they had awarded him that belt. Okay. Um, and Canelo Alvarez has won several of those belts already. I'm not sure how many he won from them. I think five or six of them, but it's the way that the organization shows the fighter, their appreciation of him defending and successfully um fighting for their title. The WBC is changing a lot and over the years. Remember when Mike Tyson demanded it? It had the chains. That's the original one. Here we go. Here we go. Wow. What's the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas hold? What's the capacity? 19,000? 18,000 people, I think that holds. All right, guys, if this goes into the rounds and no one gets knocked out in the first, rounds, as the rounds go on, Let me know who you think wins the rounds. We just seen a robbery, right? So we're going to do this together. I don't know if Jamel Charlo's team is has a better IQ as a team as a whole than Canelo Alvarez's team. You know, Canelo Alvarez's entire his coaching staff. I just think that they're way more seasoned and and big fights and big moments, and they've been here at the top for so long that I think that they're ahead of Jamel. But anything could happen, man. His coach got Errol Spence hurt. Watch what happens to. Ha ha ha. He didn't get Errol Spence Jr. hurt. Errol Spence Jr. got Errol Spence Jr. hurt. You know, he didn't want to train as hard, want to take those vacations that I was talking about. You know, he kept his ass in the gym. When he got into that car accident, had that eye awakening experience that he talked about, he went out and bought a farm, some horses. He was headed in the right direction. He just couldn't maintain it. And the city lights called him back in and got in another car accident. Here we go, guys. Charlo, be smart, Charlo. Don't believe in your training. Charlo, just be smart. Believe in your training. That's all he has to do, man. Like, believe in himself. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. Canelo's good. Here we go. We're underway. They're in the center of the ring, as you can see. It's good. A lot of respect being shown. Look good. Charlo wants him. Canelo wants Charlo to show him something, a little speed or open up. He wants him to hit him with a jab like that just to get a read on him. And Charlo's like, if you don't want to give me none, I'm not going to give you anything. This is high level chess right here. Yeah, he has to. Pay attention to the time, Charlo. And if you can, just steal the rounds because you never know if it's going to go to the scorecard. Nice. Whoa, big miss. That's a big miss. Charlo might think, look, yep. Charlo looks taller, bigger, which he is, but height and reach doesn't win you a fight. Oh, that was on the arm, but that hurts. Charlo, don't stay on the rope. What are you doing? Where's your jab at, kid? Right there. There you go. Come on, even throw the jab just to get warmed up, Charlo. Just to get that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't be a stationary target, my man. Oh. Who do you think won that first round? You think so? You guys are giving Charlo the first round? Yeah, I give him the first round. That was a tight round. Let's see. Canelo. Canelo won the first round? Right? See? Yeah, I want to see a better jab out of Charlo. Why does he look so slow? Whoa. Did you see how fast that was? Canelo was trying to lull him asleep. Miss a little, look a little slow. Oh, good body shot. Oh, not big miss, big miss. Oh, that body shot hurt. Whoa! What's going on? Weight bully? Yeah, he's not. Oh, yeah, he might look too strong or right. He's taking him. Mm-hmm. Oh, they hurting him. What is going on? Exactly the way I predicted. Floyd. Wow. Canelo Alvarez looks good. He looks strong. And I think Jamel Charlo is starting to realize how hard it is moving up two weight divisions. He's not really showing much. Now he started off the round with two nice jabs upstairs, downstairs. He utilized a little bit more footwork here. Canelo Alvarez hits him with a stiff jab. You know, he ties up. Canelo continues to go downstairs to the body. He's trying to put some real estate. Oh, he punched him in the nalga. That'll slow his legs down. You see where the experience comes out with Canelo? If you move around too much, he'll punch you in your legs. There's another way to slow you down. He'll punch you in that muscle right there. Your legs will lock up. Come on, Charlo, you got to start letting some offense go. And Canelo Alvarez wants him to open up. He wants to catch him in between his shots. And Canelo Alvarez is basically having his way right now. You can not easily, but I can see if they was to say Canelo Alvarez won all three rounds, I would be in agreement. Oh, that's one of oh, Canelo is actually 2 months younger. Oh, that body shot. That hurt him. That hurt him. Yeah, Canelo is just walking him down. He's keeping a lot of pressure. That's that pressure I was talking about. And he look. At what point do you think that Canelo Alvarez is going to slow down and that Jamel Charlo is going to open up? Well, you better hope that Canelo Alvarez starts to slow down with this attack. Oh, look at all that extra weight. Look how hard this is. He don't look like the same man at 154. I told y'all. Don't wait on him. This ain't part of the plan. This ain't part of the plan. This is the best you're gonna see the version of him. He ain't doing this to like put it on later rounds. He just can't turn it on. Oops. Oh, nice little hook. There you go, Charlo. Oh, okay. Canelo is just dropping these bombs on him right now. Canelo he's just outworking him. He's popping the jab. He's got him in his face. He's utilizing that forward pressure. He's cutting off the ring on him, and he's starting to trap Jamel Charlo against the rope, and he's starting to open up here. Jamel Charlo is going to have to do something to get Canelo Alvarez off of him. This footwork and moving side to side is not going to win the fight for you. You're gonna have to sting him, and you're gonna have to start to try to push him backwards. Canelo Alvarez is just stepping one step forward, putting up his guard and waiting for his time. As soon as look, he's cutting off the ring. Look, exactly what he was practicing a few days ago. Oh, Canelo Alvarez is just eating the body up. Jamel Charlo is seeing how hard this really is. And inside of his head, he must be really feeling slow. All that training and everybody that told you, yeah, you got this. On fight night, it's a totally different ball game. Sparring is not fight night. And you could spar with guys 168 and you could train for them, but until you need a couple fights. Let me ask you guys a question. For as brash and as cocky and arrogant you've always known the Charlo twins to be, and even in the fights while they're in the corner, right? They're aggressive. They're coming forward, and he has this style that it's always like you know trying to dominate his opponent. Do you see any of that tonight? I don't think he can turn it up. Oh, Canelo looks just faster than him. Hmm. Canelo's already felt Charles's power, and I think he decided he doesn't have what it takes to hurt him. Now he's just going forward, and he's methodically just chopping down the Charlo twin. The Charlo twin, he just doesn't have an answer for him. Canelo Alvarez got good defense. Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there. You need to give him some more of that. But like I said, Canelo Alvarez got a granite chin. He's got a granite chin, man. He got that in. Yo, most men would have got rocked by that punch. And now Charlo's in his head like, bro, I didn't do shit to him. He is staying disciplined to whatever game plan he has. He's being patient, but I think he's being just a little too patient. Oh, wow. Oh, That Canelo just popping that jab in him, and he's just walking him down. And that must be exhausting going back all night. That will tire you out going backwards all night as a fighter, you know. And he's always tense because he's waiting for something to come forward, you know. Oof. He's just chopping him down. He's hitting liver shots. Canelo is basically doing what he wants. Charlo got a couple flurry within between round, you know. Every now and then he'll throw something, but not nothing. Okay, and you better believe that Saul Canelo Alvarez is letting him hit him with some of these shots, so that he'll get more confident and open up, so that he can hit him with his big shot. That's what Saul Canelo Alvarez is doing right now. You know, when you see that he's just standing there and Jamel Charlo just tags him that he's a stationary target, it's because Canelo Alvarez stood there, and he's gonna try to like give him a little courage. Like, yeah, you just look at that combination you gave me, and he's gonna snipe him. See, right there, he got hit with that, and he still comes forward. Look, 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 look. Yeah, yeah. I don't know about that one. Yeah, he needs to turn it up or he ain't winning. But this is the sixth round. This is usually when, if you're gonna make your move, it's gonna be this round. Like this is when he really has to make his move. Jamel Charlo. Yeah. Big misses. Canelo Alvarez got big muscles. A lot of blood goes into those muscles. Those arms are gonna start to get heavy. He's throwing a lot of punches. Now, whether or not he can sustain this, Charlo got to do something, man. He's just getting turned into a punching bag here. Canelo Alvarez is just like systematically breaking him down. He's punching at his arms, his chest, his shoulders. He's just hitting him with all these shots. That's a solid jab up top by Canelo Alvarez to Jamel Charlo. And Jamel Charlo just threw some punches but didn't land one. You're not gonna. This is exactly what I said when we were gonna watch. Weight bullying at its finest. And they're gonna give it to Canelo Alvarez this win. Well, they're not gonna give it to him. He's gonna take the win, first of all, right? But this goes down as a win. But Not anybody in his weight class. Oh, Jamel Charles gonna get knocked out. Did you? He wobbled. He wobbled right there. He wobbled on the. He wobbled back like that. That uppercut caught him. Yep. Right here. Right here. This uppercut right here is what. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I think Jamel Charlo is down a lot. I think he won 2 rounds, and I'm being nice. So in my book, it's 5-2 right now. Uh-oh. 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 He's down. Jamel Charlo just got knocked down by Canelo Alvarez in the 7th round. Canelo Alvarez is just walking him down. He's got the jab upstairs. He's just hitting them right now. He's got him against the ropes, leaning in, as you can see. Jamel Charlo is surviving right now, but he's doing good. He's giving something back. Canelo could burn himself out, possibly. Trying to finish him. Wow, Canelo Alvarez is just. Yes, his granite chin. I talked about that too. That was going to come into play. He's a durable Mexican fighter, man. He's hitting him in the hip, in his legs. Yeah, Charlo kind of survived that knockdown pretty good and made it out of the round, surprisingly. Hats off to Charlo for surviving. And Canelo Alvarez had a wounded Charlo in front of him and couldn't finish him. That's what I saw. So he caught him good. He caught him flush. Boom. Wow. Wow. Straight right. Wow, he caught him. And it was kind of like a delayed reaction. He decided to take the knee down. His brother's watching him. Everybody's there. All Devin Haney, all of them. And they watching their boy, man, the USA guy, man. It's not looking good for us. Yeah, you do. Everybody was like, Charlo was going to do this. Charlo was going to do that. He's the bigger guy. This entire time, I told you. What we're going to see is another case of weight bullying. Unless he catches him with a miraculous hook. And that's not going to happen. Canelo's not going to. And even if he catches him with it, Canelo's iron chin will probably held up. I'm pretty sure he could hit Canelo with a big shot. Canelo, he's tough. He's tough. He's tough. Now, what did I say? I said the 9th, 10th, 11th, right? That's when I think that Canelo Alvarez will finish this fight. I don't think this fight's going the distance. There's no sign of him getting tired, none. And I didn't think he was going to get tired at all. This he just wants Jamel to open up like that. Look, he wants Jamel to open up like that. He wants to catch him in exchange. Jamel's, he's trying to fight back. It's just that he's starting to realize it's not as easy as said and done to hit Canelo and to back him up, and how hard he must be hitting him. You know? Yeah. He's trying not to get caught with it. What's up? All right. Yeah, he gets caught with that uppercut. It's night night. Oh, you see that looping shot? The way Canelo drops it, it's like he drops it like a sledgehammer. Like if he's whipping it down. That's them shots. That's the money shots right there. Tomorrow, tomorrow morning, Jamel Charlo is gonna have bruises all down his shoulders, his arms, and his hips right here. Because Canelo Alvarez has hit him several times in the hip right here in the arms, and in the shoulders. And he caught him a couple times in his jaw too. This is such an easy fight. They're trying to play it off like, oh, he's a good fighter too. And blah, blah. Charlo realized, wow, moving up to two divisions, your body wasn't going to respond. His body's not responding. He doesn't look nowhere near like the same Charlo at 154. I tell you that much, right? Referee giving Charlo some time to them cobwebs. Wow. He hasn't really hit Canelo with anything significant in the entire fight, besides a couple jabs. You know, He hit him with that like that right hand, but uh, there's a good, okay, decent combination right there. Yeah, throw punches and bunches. Come on, Charlo, believe in your training. Believe in your training. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn it around for Charlo right now. I'm gonna give him the mojo. I'm gonna give him the mojo. The round one sports talk mojo. Come on. Charlo, hit him with something big. Come on. You're gonna have to want it, Charlo. You're gonna have to dig deep. You're gonna have to hit him with the wop wop. Ooh. Wow. Canelo Alvarez is really just putting on a boxing clinic right now. He really is. And the fact that Jamel Charlo's going backwards all night, that must be exhausting. He's not really giving him a chance to get set or like breathe and stuff. Oh, those rip right down to that's good body work by Jamel Charlo to Canelo Alvarez right there. Some good body work. Yeah, that's the same trainer. That's Derek James. That's the same trainer for Errol Spence Jr. as for Jamel Charlo. The other brother got a different trainer, and now he's training with the legendary fight Hall of Famer Roy Jones Jr. The other guy, the other brother, he didn't leave his coach or anything. He's just there with his coach at Roy Jones's training gym. Yeah. All Canelo Alvarez let him do, he stood there and let him get that combination off. Damn, Charlo. He's lasting longer than you thought he would, but he's not really putting up a great fight against Canelo Alvarez. You know, for a guy that's saying that he could whoop Caleb Plant's ass, Caleb Plant, so far, in my opinion, gave Canelo Alvarez a better fight, if you ask me. You know, we're in the 10th round, and it's just been all Saul Canelo Alvarez. It's basically been a one-sided fight, if you want to be honest. And that speaks to Canelo Alvarez's his skill. You know, you might say what you want about Canelo Alvarez. You could call him a hype job. You could say that he's ducking anybody. Well, here's a man that said he was ducking him all this time, and look what he's doing to him. Canelo's telling him, I wasn't ducking you, bro. I was sparing you. I was sparing you this ass whooping, but you kept wanting to call my name. Now I'm going to give it to you. Unfortunately, it's not the twin we wanted, but a twin's a twin. But I told you how hard it would be. He would look different. I told you I didn't have no tape, and I didn't want to judge him at 168. I told you. Canelo's about to finish this fight right now. He's about to finish it. He wants a knockout. He doesn't want to go to the decision. Look, he doesn't want to go to the decision. Charlo, man, what are you doing? Like, do something. He just keeps going backwards and backwards and backwards and night, Ed. What's up, man? Adam. Aiden. What up, Aiden? I thought that said Adam. Good night, man. Oh, yeah. Charlo's just gonna take a moral victory. Or he was paid a lot of money not to fight tonight. I don't know. I try to tell y'all Charlo wasn't gonna look like Jamel Charlo. I try to tell all y'all. I told y'all the truth. I told you. This is just way too hard. You see everything he's throwing, his body's just not responding. I talked about this. His twitch muscles movement. You know, Derrick James is screaming at him, trying to get him, his fighter, to wake up. His body is just not responding. I talked about this. This Canelo Alvarez is fresh as a daisy. Man. He Yeah, I agree, Mr. Jose Montalvo. Thank you for tuning in Round Sports Talk. You know, I appreciate it. Yeah, he's looking like Cub in there. And it looking like Saul Canelo Alvarez is the lion tamer. And he's taming that lion right now because he's throwing with bad intentions. And I also talked about this, that Saul Canelo Alvarez carries his power the entire 12 rounds. Jamel Charlo right now at this point, he has to sell out. He's gonna have to sell out. He's gonna have to just take a chances and big risk. I was hoping that he was gonna take risk early on in the fight, but it just showed that I knew it right before, after the second round, that he couldn't hide it no more. I said, yeah, his body's not responding. I knew it. I knew it. I told you guys, if I was a gambling man and I had to put my money on it, I'm going with I'm Canelo Alvarez. And why did Canelo Alvarez give him an opportunity at 8 belts? That's the reason right there. Because it was gonna be this kind of performance. Because what he was trying to do, this is 18 months ring rust, a broken hand, and moving up 2 weight divisions. This is what that looks like. I want you to keep that in mind. This is what that looks like right here. Coming into the fight, Jamel Charlo came into this fight an inactive fighter in ranking. He came in an inactive fighter. No sooner that the bell ends in this fight, he will be ranked again. because he considered him having a fight. So that's what a fighter looks like. And Saul Canelo Alvarez's team has been around the game long enough. And Saul Canelo Alvarez, by experience, from trying to go up to do the same exact thing against Demetrius Bivol, he was like, "You're not gonna be." He was Saul Canelo Alvarez said, "Listen, I'm considered one of the best boxers in the world, and I try to go do it, and I couldn't do it. And you're coming off a 18-month hiatus with a broken hand. It's not like he took a year off because, yep, that little brother is taking that ass whooping that the older brother should have been taking right now. As a matter of fact, the big brothers out there like, woo, like this, but that should have been him in that ring. The little brother's in there manning up, giving us this fight because he didn't take the fight and he ain't fighting nobody else. He gave us the fight, bro. But it was just too much of an obstacle. And I knew that. All the odd makers knew that. Las Vegas knew it. Everyone knew it. Everyone knew it. Yeah. So, unfortunately, this was a very convincing win for Canelo Alvarez. Congratulations. Um, you know, the American Jamal Charlo, he really didn't put up too much of a. I mean, he did what he could. I'm pretty sure he did everything he could. His body, it just didn't. You know, yeah. He's too strong. Canelo was just too big, too strong for him. Yes, there's weight classes for a reason. Oh, wow. This has just been a one-sided fight, basically. No, he didn't have to sit down. This was a sparring exhibition for him. Canelo Alvarez had tougher sparring partners leading into this fight than what Jamel Charlos is putting up right now. And that's why he gave him a shot at 8 belts. My sister wanted me to know why he gave him a shot. There you go. That right there. Because it was going to be that easy. I try to tell you. Well, thank you for tuning in, Round One Sports Talk. But I've been on for over 3 hours. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. It was a great fight, but unfortunately, I already know who the winner was, which it was just a one-sided performance. So thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment on the videos, and like always, I'm on to the next one. Peace. Call me back. Wow, that was amazing. All right. Y'all have a great night. You know what I'm saying? Peace. What's up? I told you. Yeah, yeah, basically. So, yep, yep. That was bad. That I mean, it looked real bad, but it was something that I knew. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew he was gonna weight bully him. I tried to tell everybody about it. Yeah, yeah. He cleaned them. He cleaned his clock. That's it, and the fact that that's the yo, the fact that that was the performance he put on. I try to tell you guys, don't be putting no money on that. He beat him, Jose. He beat him. I told you. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's exactly what I said the whole night. Yeah.